Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and this is the review for the first episode of the brand new Terminator Zero on Netflix. For some reason, it was probably because it was after I watched Rings of Power that I was thinking to myself, one a week, and then you realise, oh, of course it's binge watch on Netflix. I'm not going to watch them all in one go and review them all in one go. I think I'll review one each week after Rings of Power. Maybe. I probably won't. I probably will throw in a couple here and there. But I only watched the first episode anyway. So what is this show like? You've probably been hearing bits and pieces about it now. I've heard good things about it. I liked the first episode. The first thing I will say is the animation in this is great. It looks great. It's very different. It's like a blend of CG animation and cartoony anime, I should say, type of style. Like water looks like you're looking at a PS5 or something type of visual. Looks great. The water does. So the episode, they're like a half hour long, which is fine. They're 30 minutes long. I just said that. And I was meant to say there's 8 episodes altogether. The character of Malcolm Lee, who we meet first, he's one of these. He is kind of the Miles Dyson, but he's a shithead of a father compared to Miles Dyson. He's like, yeah, I gotta go to work. The kid's like, but it's Saturday. Like, you'll be grand, clean this shit up before I come home, type of style. And you're like, wow. But he's kind of like having Sarah Connor nightmares where he's seeing the nukes go off and stuff. And he's working on a system, and the system that he's working on seems to be like a Skynet. I don't know whether it's Skynet or I think it's something else. Now, it seems to be called Kokoro or something like that. I'm probably butchering how you pronounce that. And that system, that is voiced by Rosario Dawson. I thought maybe she was the main character, the girl who's going to come back in time. It's not. She's the voice. I believe she actually does voices of 2 or 3 other people or things in the show. But she's the main voice of that system. Those robot things that we saw in the last trailer that I just reviewed there the other day, they are kind of like robotic employees. Think of Amazon, the little delivery yokes. They're like walking, talking versions of that, but there seems to be something off with them. You're not quite sure what it is, but there's definitely something off with them. Especially you do find one that is like, okay, that thing's weird. The future that we're in is 2022, so it starts in 2022, and then you go to 1997 in Tokyo, and then when you see visions from the future, you're back in 2022. And in 2022, the girl who I believe will be sent back, who I think is Sonia, I'm not sure, I can't remember what her name is, she seems to be trying to get, or did get, like some upload link from a Terminator. She stuck this thing in its eye and it uploaded something. I think it uploaded something into the Terminator, but I think it also took information out. So whatever the Resistance get. And the first episode ended with, you see the full manufacturing of I'm assuming it's a T-800 or maybe a T-700 or something. You literally see the whole endoskeleton getting built. Then it gets turned and dipped into water, but it's not really water because then it comes out of that with the flesh on. Then it goes walking from there through this area with all these other ready to go Terminators. It walks into the time displacement unit, gets down and is about to get sent back in time. But it's interesting because they also establish in this that it's not the first time that Skynet has done this. So obviously there's references to the normal Terminator franchise, because when they see it, like the Resistance sees it, they're like, this can't be right, can it? And they're like, what? They wouldn't try that again, would they? And then they look and they see that it's time travel, and they're like, they are trying it again. The whole thing with Malcolm is you're really kind of just seeing what kind of a absent father he is, and what's going on. There seems to be protests outside his building and stuff. And he only has a few hours or something to try and get some sort of system. So whatever this system is, he's trying to get it up and running before this deadline of some sort. But he's constantly, and this system knows it and shows him this nuclear war, that there's no way to avoid it and stuff. So it's very interesting, just from the first episode, the kind of story they're starting to build. Like, it starts with the Terminator and ends with the Terminator. And the whole middle kind of part is the whole Malcolm Lee building up to what he's doing, that clearly Skynet is sending Terminators back to take him out over. Again, the visual styles and stuff for this are great. It's a very unique style that I've never seen it like that before. Well, you might have seen bits maybe that are somewhat like it in that Love, Death and Robots. That's a good series as well. But it's very, it's interesting, kind of that CG style with drawn style and stuff. The Terminators look cool as well, you know, when it starts getting its face blown off and stuff like that. It looked cool. The endoskeletons look cool. There's some great visuals in there. You see Skynet as well. But like when you go into it, shows you the outside of the building. It looks cool as well. There's a lightning flash in it, actually. As I said, there's like a rainy storm. Actually, I don't think I said it. There's a rainy storm when Malcolm's on his way to the office, and you see this flash of lightning. It's like a purple, but the way they did the animation and the color grade they put into it looked great. So big props for that. So yeah, I'm definitely very interested to watch more of this. There is some swearing in it. It is violent, you know. There is blood and stuff like that. It's funny, no titties. You see all the female Terminators, they're all butt-ass naked, but their hair comes down over the titties, which is funny. Like, we're literally looking at a cartoon ass walking here, and you won't show a nip. Whatever. Timothy Oliphant's character, a version of Terminator that will be, I think he is the version that's getting sent back at the end of the first episode, but we haven't heard him speak yet. But it's definitely an interesting episode, and I definitely would recommend it. It does add more to the whole Terminator lore, you know, that they do seem to be referencing the first Terminator, maybe even Terminator 2, because they're not going to do this again, are they? Clearly indicating, oh, they have sent people back in time. So yeah, I am definitely going to check it out and review it anyway. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.